Hello, everyone. My name is Chavis Jones. I work at the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. I begin with a quote. Cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politic? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? And there comes a time in one's life where they must do what is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but they must take a stance because it is right. Martin Luther King Jr. Yesterday, my colleague Jalen and I were denied a seat at the negotiation table after being duly nominated by the civil rights community. And although we were disappointed, we recognized that we stand in good company. For MLK himself likely would not have been seated for his work with the Southern Christian Leadership Conference as he worked throughout America to ensure the rights and freedoms of democracy for all. Nor would he have received public service loan forgiveness for all of his public service, despite his education at Morehouse, Crozier, and Boston University. He engaged in substantially illegal conduct. He engaged in protests. He was arrested numerous times, and he was often deemed a public nuisance by the powers of his day. Before him were Dorothy Day and Susan B. Anthony and a host of women suffragists who fought for the rights of women to work and to exist in public and to engage meaningfully in our society. They would not have been seated, nor would they receive public service loan forgiveness for their work. Before them were Frederick Douglass and William Lloyd Garrison, Harriet Tubman, and so many of the abolitionists who engaged in the act of aiding and abetting fugitives who were then known as slaves, these forced immigrants to our country. They would not have been seated, nor would they receive public service loan forgiveness for all of their work to make America better. Before them, the founders of this nation engaged in civil disobedience. They engaged in dissent against the powers that be. They engaged in the right for all of us, posterity, to have the right to disagree with the powers that be, to resist tyranny, fascism, a kingdom, a patriarchy. They fought for the right for us to disagree. They wouldn't be seated, nor would they receive PSLF. This country at its best is diametrically opposed to the type of viewpoint discrimination that is happening through book bans, bans on history of Black people and LGBTQIA folks, bans on the right to dissent, and the type of rule being proposed here.
You have 30 seconds
built
left.
on dissent and made better by generations of protests. At our best, we are a bastion of difference, tolerance, and civil disobedience. At our worst, we succumb to the worst behaviors of every fascist regime, like Nazi Germany and apartheid South Africa. As we finish up, know that we are not the only ones watching, that the live stream is not the only thing watching, but history is watching. Your children, your grandchildren, and generations yet unborn will ask the question of what their ancestors did in this strange moment. How will you respond? Thank you.